Hey, what's happening? Paul Ingram here with Collie Center. Today, I've got 3 combinations on the single stick that I want to share with you. These are all off of the backhand, and they're all high percentage combinations that are effective in your training, meaning in your flow, meaning in your sparring. Grab a collie stick or anything that represents a collie stick for today, and let's get to the training. All right, for combination number 1, we're starting off again in that backhand. All these combinations today are starting off from this backhand position right here. At Collie Center, we call this guard number 6 out of the 12 guards. If you want to learn more about that, head over to my online school. That's where I teach all that stuff in depth. But from here, we're going to strike out on this backhand horizontal jab. Then we're going to take it down all the way and then pop it back up on this uppercut right here. And then we're just going to finish it up with another jab to recover that center line and recover with some power there. All right, so once again, we pop that jab, take it down, cut it up, and then pop that jab again. A couple of things you can do here with the footwork. You can drive yourself forward, or if you need to, you can drive yourself back. Sometimes when we're training, flowing around with a partner, sparring, whatever you want to call it, we call it flow. Other schools call it sparring. But sometimes, right, you might initiate your attack and it's successful. Other times you initiate your attack and then you got to get out really quick because maybe they countered, but you want to stay ahead of your timing. Maybe they just had no regard for their safety and they don't care if they're going to be running into something. You want to make sure that you're protecting yourself first at all times. So if you have it, you can continue driving forward and driving your opponent back. But if for some reason you need to move back for whatever reason, they counter, they don't care, they have no regard for their own safety, you may initiate this and then you can still bring it back with the footwork and still be hitting your opponent, your training partner. And then they're like, what the heck, man, what's going on? How come my stuff isn't working, but your stuff is working? So that's combination number 1 right there. Once you have that, then the other 2 combinations are gonna be a lot easier to figure out. Now on this first combination, I don't want you to work it as a 4 count. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to think of it as a 3 count. It's 1, 2, 3 right there. So 1, 2, 3. That's the count I want you to have in your head. That's the tempo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to help you increase your speed, but also give you the proper timing to apply this combination. Let's move on to combination dalawa. All right, number 2, dos, dalawa. This one is another very high percentage combination. In fact, I see this combination actually across the board, or variations of this combination across the board in many different styles of Filipino martial arts. Why are you going to see it across all these different systems and styles? Because it works. That's simple. That's why all great minds come to the same conclusions, right? We're going to strike out our jab. I'm going to give you 2 variations off of this. The first one, we're going to return it, and then we're going to go 1, 2 vertical redondos, and then we'll cover it again with that quick jab right there. Yeah, we're just covering it, that last one, so that way you know to follow up, you know to keep moving. It just keeps your awareness going to continue on the flow. So from here we have 1, double it up on the vertical, and then pop it out again. It's a really good idea that you want to make sure you're training to kind of cap or end your combination with some sort of protective strike. Because when you're flowing, what that teaches you in your solo training or just your regular partner drills, what that teaches you is to keep paying attention, because just because you might land a couple of good shots on your training partner that you're sparring with the stick, it doesn't mean that, they're going to stop. They may keep going, and you got to make sure that you're still in play in your tactics, still working your strategies and protecting yourself. You don't just sit there and go, boom, boom, I got you, and then bam, they get you, while you're on your way out, or because you celebrated your victory of getting a shot in. The fight continues, the flow continues. So it's a good idea to practice that little recovery shot right after the initial combination. Keeps the mind sharp. So as you're working this combination, same thing that we did on the last one, sometimes you can just keep driving your opponent because your attack is successful. You're able to maintain on the offense. But other times, right, you may have to you're going in, you're trying to get your attack, but for whatever reason, it's time for you to move back to keep yourself protected. All these combinations also work on the way moving back. If your opponent is attacking you, giving you a lot of pressure, right? You can still use these on the countering side as well. So that's what I like about these specific combinations, especially these first two. They're great for offense, but they're also great on the counter offense or on the defense. Combination Tatlo. Let's get into it. This one's really good for opening up an opportunity to attack. Maybe kind of use this one as like a fake or a feint, and your opponent reacts to it, and then it just opens them up. Sometimes you could use this one also as a direct attack. So I land it successfully both ways. But from here, we're gonna go into a high vertical watik here, or abanico. We call this a number 3 watik. And then we're gonna come low to a number 4 watik. You can do this with 2 hands like this, or you can do this with 1 hand. I like personally doing it with 2 hands, just because it kind of helps to assist the weapon, and this left hand can pull it back a lot quicker, so you have a fast recovery. That way you can, 1, get your high-low combination out faster, and 2, you can keep your hand protected a lot more efficiently. But I've still worked it successfully on the single hand method as well. And then sometimes if you have double stick or spotty adaga, right, you're gonna be on the single hand method. So train that in both ways. But the full combination, high vertical watik, low 4 or this is a low number 4 watik or low horizontal watik here. Then from here, we're gonna cut down on the vertical and then right away follow up with the backhand thrust and then recover with that jab again. Okay, let's take a look at that again. So 1, 2, cut immediately into the thrust and then pop that jab right there. So I want to show you something there with that, from that thrust to that jab. There's a little sneak thing there that you can do. 1, 2, cut, thrust. Okay, right here, let me get a little closer. I wish I had my training sword with me, but I don't right now. But you can pop that right there. Boom, you get to pop that. So you get a thrust, and then boom, you got this little kind of cheat cut right there. We call those cheat cuts in collie, at Collie Center. Boom, and then right away, that goes right into your jab. So high, low, opening them up, hit that vertical to cover the line, pop that thrust as they're recovering, and then hit that jab. Again, just like the previous two, play around with the footwork. Typically, you're gonna be trying to move forward on those first 2 shots. These could be fakes or feints. They could also be hits. And you wanna be moving forward on that thrust. But you might have to get out on that last one. Maybe you land that thrust, you get out, maybe you recover another line because you have another opponent coming on another angle. So that's another way that you can start playing with all of these drills, is that you can start thinking about multiple opponents. All right, give these 3 combinations a try. Give them a go. At least get the coordination down of them. Get them in your box of tools. And hey, next summer, come out and train with me at my ITC. It's my immersion training camp. It's a 5-day training camp. I've got all the information over at colliecenter.com. Bring these combinations with you. And when I'm working with you one-on-one, I'll show you exactly how to set them up and exactly how to use them. I'll show you the range, I'll show you the timing, what to look for, how to set them up, if they fail, why they failed, and then how to fix it. So that way these combinations are successful for you. ITC is a lot of fun. Haven't done it for 3 years, but we're getting back on track with our 5-day immersion training camps. These are a different kind of training experience. It's really hard to explain here on video. It's just something you gotta go to and just find out for yourself. But if you'd like more information about 2025 ITC, I have the link. It'll be the first link down in the description below. I am running an early bird registration, so if it is something you're like, hey dude, I absolutely want to be there, I do not want to miss this, then you can lock in your spot right now at the early bird discount, and I'll be looking forward to training with you this summer, 5 days. What I like to do at these ITCs is I get in with everybody and I make sure to spend personal time with everybody. We're training, we're doing the drills, we're doing the flows, sparring, all of it. I'll train with you, however you want to train with me. If you want to learn, I'm there to teach you. If you just want to spar it out, then I'll just spar it out with you. Whatever you want to do, we're there to train. We're there to have a good time. So check it out. Learn more at the link in the description, first link. All right, my friends, get outside, go train, go have some fun, and I'll catch you back here in the next one.